The sun has fallen behind the western cliffs. The last light fades from the sky above the valley. The stone walls that rise on every side glow softly for a moment, rose and amber and gold. Then the colours deepen. The rock turns to shadow. Night comes quickly in the desert. One moment there is light. The next moment there is dusk. And then, without warning, darkness. But it is not a heavy darkness. The air is clear. The stars appear, one by one, and then in multitudes. They fill the sky completely. You stand in a small courtyard carved into the rock face. The floor beneath your feet is smooth stone, worn by countless footsteps over countless years. The walls around you are not built but hewn, cut directly from the living cliff. They are cool to the touch now. The day's heat has left them. A single lamp burns on a ledge nearby. The flame is small and steady. It casts a circle of warm light that barely reaches the walls. Beyond that circle, the darkness is soft and complete, but you do not fear it. This darkness is familiar. It is the darkness of home. The air is cool now. The desert gives up its heat quickly once the sun is gone. A breeze moves through the courtyard, gentle and dry. It carries the scent of stone and sand, ancient and clean. You breathe it in slowly. The breath fills your lungs and then releases, simple and steady. From somewhere in the distance comes the faint sound of water. A spring flows from the rock as it has always flowed. The water is collected in cisterns and channels, guided by careful hands to where it is needed. At night, the sound is clearer, unmasked by the noise of the day. It is a small sound, peaceful and constant. You walk slowly across the courtyard toward the doorway of your dwelling. The entrance is carved with simple patterns, geometric shapes that catch the lamplight. Your hand touches the stone as you pass through. It is smooth and cool, familiar as your own skin. Inside, the chamber is dark. You light another lamp from the one you carry. The new flame catches and grows. The room emerges from shadow. The walls are plain, cut straight from the rock. The ceiling curves slightly overhead, following the natural grain of the stone. Everything here is part of the mountain. Everything belongs. You set the lamp on a shelf and walk back outside. The night is too beautiful to leave just yet. The sky is deep the same stars that have watched over this valley since the beginning of time. The moon has not yet risen. The darkness is full and rich. You can see the outline of the cliffs against the sky. Great walls of rock that surround the valley on all sides. By day, they are striped with colour, bands of red and pink and cream that flow down the stone like frozen rivers. By night, they are simply shapes, solid and protective. You walk along a path that winds between carved facades. These are the tombs and temples, cut into the cliff faces by the hands of those who came before. Some are large and elaborate, their columns and pediments reaching high into the rock. Others are simple doorways, rectangular openings into darkness. All of them are empty now, silent and still. The moonlight begins to touch the eastern rim of the valley. First, just a glow, a lightening of the dark. Then a curve of silver appears, and then more. The moon rises slowly, as if reluctant to disturb the night. But as it climbs, everything changes. The carved facades begin to glow. The stone catches the moonlight and holds it, luminous and pale. The columns and niches emerge from shadow. The details you could not see before are suddenly visible, soft and clear. The whole valley transforms. It becomes a plate of silver and black, of light and depth. You stop walking and simply stand, looking up at the nearest facade. It is the treasury, though you do not think of it by that name. It is simply the great carving, the most beautiful of all the monuments in the valley. Its front is decorated with figures and urns, goddesses and eagles, all carved with perfect precision. The pediment rises in layers, each one set back from the one below. In the moonlight, it looks almost unreal, as if it might be a vision or a dream. But when you step closer and place your hand on the stone, it is solid and cool. It is real. It has been here for generations. It will be here for generations more. You sit down on a stone bench near the base of the facade. The bench is carved from the same rock as everything else, part of the continuous stone. It is comfortable in the way that simple things are comfortable, shaped to purpose and nothing more. The air is perfectly still now. The breeze has died away. There is no sound except the distant spring, that faint and steady trickling. The silence is not empty. It is full. It holds the presence of the stone and the sky, the past and the present all at once. You think of the canyon that leads into the valley, the narrow passage called the Sick. By day it is a place of shadows and sudden sunlight, the walls rising so high and close that they almost meet overhead. The path winds between them, following the course of an ancient stream bed. The walls are smooth in places, carved by water over endless time. In other places, they are rough, fractured, and layered. Walking through the sick is like walking through a dream. The light changes with every step. The walls press close and then pull back. And then, at the very end, the passage opens suddenly and the treasury appears, framed perfectly by the rock on either side. It is a moment of revelation every time. But at night, the sick is different. It is darker, deeper. The walls are invisible, except where the moonlight touches them from above. The path is a ribbon of pale sand, winding through shadow. Few people walk it after dark. It is a place for solitude and silence. You rise from the bench and begin walking again. You move away from the great facades toward the quieter parts of the valley, where the dwellings are carved into the lower cliffs. These are simpler chambers, meant for living rather than ceremony. Some have small courtyards in front. Others open directly onto the sandy floor of the valley. A dog appears from the shadows, thin and cautious. It watches you for a moment, then decides you are no threat. It trots past and disappears into the darkness. Dogs live here among the rocks, surviving on scraps and kindness. They are part of the valley, like the stone and the water and the stars. You reach a small courtyard you know well. A fig tree grows here, its roots somehow finding soil and moisture in the cracks of the rock. The tree is old and twisted, its branches reaching out in all directions. In the moonlight, the leaves are pale, almost silver. They move slightly in a breath of air too faint to feel. There is a stone cistern in the corner of the courtyard. You walk to it and look down. The water inside is dark and still, reflecting the stars. You dip a clay cup into the water and lift it to your lips. The water is cool and clean, the best taste in the world. You drink slowly, gratefully. You sit down on the ground, your back against the courtyard wall. The stone is smooth and cool through the fabric of your robe. You settle in, letting your body relax. There is nowhere to go, nothing to do. The night stretches out endlessly, patient and kind. Above you, the stars continue their slow wheel across the sky. Some people can read them, can find meaning in their patterns and movements, but you do not need to read them tonight. It is enough that they are there, constant and beautiful, watching over the valley as they have always watched. The moon climbs higher, its light grows stronger, the shadows shrink and sharpen. You can see more now, details that were hidden before. The texture of the rock walls, the pattern of sand on the courtyard floor, the delicate branches of the fig tree against the sky. Somewhere in the valley, a goat bleats softly, then falls silent. The herds are penned for the night, safe in their enclosures. By day, they wander the rocky slopes, finding sparse grass and shrubs where nothing seems to grow. But at night, they rest, as everything rests. You think of the people in the valley, sleeping in their rock-cut chambers, each family in its own space, carved from the mountain and shaped to need. The chambers are cool in summer, protected in winter. They are part of the earth itself, permanent and secure. Some of the chambers are decorated with paintings, bright colours on plaster walls, flowers and vines, geometric patterns, images of the divine. But most are plain, the natural stone left bare. The rock itself is beautiful enough. It needs no ornament. You close your eyes for a moment. The darkness behind your eyelids is soft and welcoming. You can still sense the moonlight on your face, feel the cool air on your skin. The sounds of the night are very small. The spring in the distance, the whisper of your own breath. Nothing more. When you open your eyes again, the world is unchanged. The courtyard, the fig tree, the stars overhead. Everything is exactly as it was, exactly as it should be. There is a deep rightness to this moment, a sense of being precisely where you belong. You stand slowly and walk back toward your dwelling. The path is familiar, even in darkness. Your feet know every stone, every slight rise and fall. You do not need to think about walking. Your body simply knows the way. As you pass through the valley, you look up at the high places. There are chambers carved high on the cliff faces, reached by steep staircases cut into the rock. Some are tombs, others are temples or meeting places. From up there, the view must be extraordinary. the whole valley spread out below, and beyond it the desert, vast and empty under the stars. But you do not climb to the high places tonight. Tonight is for the quiet ground, for the simple chambers and small courtyards, for rest and stillness and peace. You reach your doorway. The lamp inside is still burning, the flame steady and low. You enter, and the walls embrace you, cool and solid. This is your space, carved from the living rock. The walls have been here longer than you have lived. They will be here long after you are gone. But for now, they are yours, shelter and home. You pour water from a jug into a shallow basin. The water splashes softly. You wash your face and hands, the water cool and refreshing. You dry yourself with a cloth, then pour the used water out into the courtyard, where it will seep into the sand and stone. You dim the lamp until it is barely glowing, just enough light to see by. The chamber fills with gentle shadow. You unfold your sleeping mat and lay it on the smooth stone floor. A woven blanket is folded nearby. You shake it out and spread it over the mat. You lie down and pull the blanket over yourself. The mat is comfortable, the floor beneath it solid and cool. The blanket is light, just enough for the cool desert night. You settle in, adjusting until everything feels right. Through the doorway, you can see a patch of sky. The stars are there, brilliant and clear. The moon must have moved beyond your view, but its light still brightens the night, reflecting off the stone walls of the valley. Everything outside is silver and shadow, peaceful and still. You think of the stone around you, the mountain that holds you. It was formed over impossible stretches of time, layer upon layer of sand and sediment pressed into rock, then lifted and carved by wind and water. The colours in the stone tell the story of ancient seas and rivers, of deserts that came and went, of the earth shaping and reshaping itself. And then people came and saw the beauty of the stone and carved their homes and temples into it. They worked with the grain of the rock, following its natural lines. They created spaces that feel both made and natural, both human and eternal. You are part of that story now. Your life here in this valley, in this chamber carved from rose-red stone. You are one small moment in the long history of this place, but you are part of it. You belong. Your breathing slows. Your body relaxes completely into the mat. The coolness of the stone rises through the fabric, gentle and constant. It is as if the mountain itself is holding you, steady and patient. The sounds of the night continue, so faint they are almost not sounds at all. The spring flowing, the occasional shift of sand in the breeze, the vast silence of the desert beyond the valley walls. All of it blends into a single presence, peaceful and whole. Your thoughts begin to drift. Images of the day pass through your mind, but they have no weight now. They are just shadows, fading into the darkness. The carved facades glowing in moonlight. The narrow passage of the sick. The fig tree in the courtyard. The stars overhead, countless and bright. Everything is part of the same stillness. The stone and the sky, the water and the sand, your breath and the breath of the desert night, all of it flowing together, gentle and eternal. The valley rests, the cliffs stand, the moon crosses the sky, and you, wrapped in the safety of carved stone and the vastness of night, let go completely. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to worry about, nothing to do but rest. The mountain holds you, the darkness surrounds you, and in that holding, in that surrounding, there is perfect peace. Your body grows heavy. The line between waking and sleeping blurs. You are aware of the stone beneath you, the blanket over you, the cool air on your face, and you are aware of nothing at all. Just the deep, gentle pull of sleep. The night is long. The stars will wheel across the sky. The moon will set, and the darkness will deepen. And then, eventually, the first hint of dawn will touch the eastern cliffs, and a new day will begin. But that is far away still. For now, there is only this. The quiet chamber, the carved stone, the endless night, and you at rest in the heart of the mountain, peaceful and still. Everything is as it should be. Everything is well. The valley sleeps, and you sleep with it, held gently by the ancient stone, by the cool desert air, by the vast and patient night. Rest now. Rest completely. Let the mountain hold you. Let the darkness keep you. Let sleep come softly. on stone, gentle and sure. All is well, all is peace, all is rest.